I'm DJ Than from Fairbanks, Alaska. This is Axis Picks, Claw Hammers, and Footstools. Place to be. Home of hits and happenings on YouTube. The home of rock and roll. Your rock and roll friend, Axis Picks, Claw Hammers, and Footstools, is a non-profit attempt to bring rock and roll to the hinterland. To all our boys abroad, all our ships at sea, wherever the signal goes, that's where we'll be. Because you can't stop the signal and you can't stop rock and roll. And God, come on, why would you want to? Now, rock and roll is the name of the game here. And right now is all we have, because the present devours the past and undermines the future. So all we have left is the now. And let's take a now share moment, this little moment of the now that we share to listen to some rock and roll. Graciously listen to some rock and roll on the eternal playlist that spins whether we're here or not. So I was thinking of some progressive metal today, and this is from was a great up and coming band, and it's kind of unfortunate through no fault of their own, but through the random vagaries of global reality. The name they chose kind of fell out of fashion. The band is named ISIS. And it's more, it's the Egyptian goddess, oh mighty Isis. Oh zephyr winds that blow on high, lift me now, so I may fly. That ISIS, not Islamic State in Syria, So you can see that, when the Islamic State in Syria and the ISIS groups started being identified as such, and kind of put a damper on the career of the progressive metal band ISIS, which is too bad. I believe they had 3 or 4 albums, and this album from 2009 is called The Wavering Radiant, and the song is Hand of the Host. And this is some really, really good progressive metal. I don't know if they changed their name or if they just quietly dissolved and became real estate salesman and used car salesman and yoga instructors, things like that. It would be too bad. I hope they change their name and continue. That they have changed their name and continued their career, because they make some good music. And anyway, check in the video description below. We'll see what happened to these guys together. ISIS from the Wavering Radiant, Hand of the Host. terms of geopolitics became like an albatross around their neck. ISIS, the band, not the Islamic State in Syria, and you can see the problem. I hope that ISIS has gone on to do other things, perhaps under a more opportune name, because I really do think that those problems there over there in the Mideast with ISIS had something to do with this band never making it. And I hope that they've changed their name and gone on to bigger and better things. We've got like 3 or 4 really good albums. ISIS from 2009 from Wavering Radiant album. That was Hand of the Host, and I'm DJ Than from Fairbanks, Alaska. Axes, Picks, Claw, Hammers, and Footstools is the home of the hits and the happenings, the home of rock and roll, the place to be, the place to do, the place to see. So do the do, be the be, and see the see, and do it here at Axes, Picks, Claw, Hammers, and Footstools, your rock and roll friend. Hit the like, get a subscription, drop a comment, hit the notifications, please. It helps out. It brings the rock. It furthers the agenda. Okay. Axes, Picks, Claw, Hammers, and Footstools, your rock and roll friend.